Anybody ever tell you that? What do you tell them back? I'm not so-and-so's mom or daddy. And if you do it, I'm going to spank the fire out of you. Or take your Nintendo, oh, that's so way back. Your cell phone, your internet. Xbox, thank you. I got to catch up. Xbox, PlayStation 3. Listen, I told mine a long time ago, you want to act like a crook, I'll treat you like a crook. Take everything away from them, give them milk and bread and a sheet. I'm serious. I told Teresa, I want her to be my grandmama. I'm talking. When the kids are gone, you can't find an Oreo cookie nowhere. You can't find, I'm serious, Snickers bars, paydays. When the grandkids are coming, it's a miracle from God. Boom! It's everywhere. Maylee, our youngest 2-year-old, yesterday come around the corner with a whole box of Oreo cookies. I chased that little baby down. Where'd that come from? I told Teresa, I said, I pray that our children never grow up to get into drugs, because you're going to be the worst enabler there ever was. You're enabled sweet tooths. Why do I have to suffer? That's what we do. She has drawn the line. She wants, for some reason, she wants me to live a long time. So she helps me watch, and I pick on her all the time. She's not mean, you know that. We have fun with this. But, you know, she helps me watch what I eat. She figures the kids got a whole lot of years. Let them eat all they want to eat. But that's it. We got to draw the line and say, this is it. This is as far. Before you ever go on that first day, before you go on the next day, you need to say, this is it right here. You need to have a plan. I'm talking to adults now. You need to have a plan. Can I use my I word one time? You're an idiot if you think your hormones will not outweigh your love for Jesus after they get running. You cannot, I don't care. You get close enough to it, you're going to get, ooh, I better shut up. Jesus, help us all. Okay, Pharaoh says this. He said, all right, this is it. You can worship your God, but just go to the border. Just go to the border, just a little piece outside of Egypt, and worship your God. Does that sound familiar? Listen, if we're going to serve the Lord Jesus Christ, we got to go all the way out of Egypt. We got to go all the way out of the world. We can't sit. You will be miserable. You will be gripey. You will complain all the time. You'll not be pleased with your family, your church, your life, your work, your school. As long as you're just going out of the border. When the Lord Jesus Christ came into my life, I had some great friends. I walked away. I never called them again. I never come to see them again until 5 years down the road, because I knew if I went back, I'd fall right back into what we were doing. There's a time that you have to say no and walk away, because Jesus is more important to me than anything in this world. Walk away. Walk away. Say bye, bye, bye. And these spiritual people, when they first get saved, oh, I'm going back to the bar and tell everybody about Jesus. You go back to the bar and you'll be drunk as a skunk before 12 o'clock. You're not that far removed. Get removed. Go way past the border. Get all the way in. Have you noticed? I'm on a soapbox today, aren't I? Are y'all enduring this or what? Thank you. Got one go ahead. Rest of you leave in a minute. Have you ever noticed that with the word fan comes from fanatic? So if you paint yourself purple and green or orange and purple or what's that other team? I don't remember their names. South Carolina. Burgundy and black or every white. And you don't have a shirt on and you're painted every color in the moon and sitting out in 32 minus degrees weather, you're a football fan. But if you come to church every Sunday, you lift your hands up in church, you speak in tongues, you love the Lord Jesus Christ, you raise that you're not a fan, you're a fanatic. Well, let's just bring it up to par. If I'm a fanatic, I'd rather be a fanatic for Jesus than a fan for anything else. Because He saved my soul. He changed my life. It's been better and better and better and better every day of my life. He's blessed me when I lay down. He's blessed me when I rise up. He's blessed me when I go in the door and when I come out the door. He's blessed me in the country. He's blessed me in the city. He delivered me. I was controlled. I had things pulling me all the time. My mind was full of so much hatred that if the time comes, I'd tear it up. I'd beat it up. I would destroy it. But my God for Jesus than anything in this world. Get out! Get out! And stay out! Glory! It is time! It is time! It is time! To be in church! Good Lord. Lord, you are crazy, boy. If nothing else, and I've been on this a lot lately, I'm too old to preach like that. And I run 2 or 3 times a week. If not for the people at work, not for the people in the neighborhood, it's for them that sit at your table and lay in your bed and who watch you. Kids are like video cameras on legs. They're videoing you every second. Crystal and I, my daughter-in-law, coming from the North Campus. And Maylee, our granddaughter, Crystal's niece, for those of you who don't know, was in the back, and everything Crystal would say, Maylee would say. And I called her Polly the parrot. And Crystal said, I forgot about that stage. Who with 3 kids could forget any stage? But she said, I forgot about that stage when they repeat everything you say. And it hit me. I heard Gavin, our grandson, playing the bass back here. And he said something. And I seen him saying it, but I heard Jeremy, his son, which is my son. You got to be kidding me! Jeremy says that at ball games when the coach or umpire calls a bad call. You got to be kidding me! And Gavin was doing something. It was, I don't know if it was a ball game or what. You got to be kidding me! And then she said, or I said, Polly the parrot. I'm telling you guys, if we don't owe it for anybody, we owe it for those that are in our house to have convictions. I don't talk about this much. My sister's sitting here, and I don't want to upset her, but I never, ever heard my mother say a slang word, much less a cuss word. Never, ever talk about someone, period. Never, ever. Over and over again. But she would pray for people. Call them out. You would have to make her speak to you. She was so quiet. I was accused of being the mailman's son. Nothing like her. I'm telling you, I was raised in a family like that. And when I hear people talking about somebody, it just gets inside of me. It's like taking fingernails and running down a chalkboard. Why? Because I was a video camera, watching and listening. If we don't know it to anybody, or something happened to me a few weeks ago that I just can't put into words. This one of the little girl we know that we've seen grow up, and she's getting up to 12, 13 years old, and she was just looking cute and growing up, dressed up real pretty, and we'd seen her. And Teresa and I spoke to her and hugged her, and she was just so sweet. And I walked away, and this is what I thought. I said, oh, she looks so pretty and growing up, but she smelled just like smoke all over her. But she don't smoke. One of the parents, or I don't know, one of them or 2 of them smoke. And it was all over her clothes, as pretty as she looked. And I thought, you know, that's okay. But this is what, and I wish I could put it in words because I'm not smart enough to do it. But I know when God speaks to me, He said, all you do is smell the smell being handed down. But in another couple of years, she'll have the addiction. Because they're like video cameras. You can fuss at them all day and you can tell them not to do something, but if I do it, they're going to follow me. I see one of our families. I believe it's the Van Pelt family. Am I right? Are you still in here? Y'all Van Pelts? I thought I recognized his face. It's what, 3 little kids walking? And I thought she was pregnant again, but she had a baby all strapped to her. Because I seen 2 feet dangling out. I said, I hope there's a baby in something else. Freaking me out there. But I seen that strapped to her, and I was thinking about this. They may not be physically strapped like that, but they are emotionally, spiritually, and mentally strapped to us. And if we don't owe it to anybody, we owe it to them not to compromise. Cross every T. I'm not talking about the law. I'm talking about love for our children. Cross every T and dot every I. I fussed at everybody today, I feel like. I'm not fussing. I guess if you've seen how many people have fallen away that I've dealt with in just the last 3 weeks, and I'm not talking about just sort of out there petting things, I'm talking about out there completely gone. Ones that are very close to us, served God for 16 years, completely older, back on meth and alcohol, getting a divorce. Love Jesus, bringing people to church, but they never closed the back door to prescription drugs. And it led back to a whole other lifestyle. I'm telling you, the seduction is easy. I got to finish up. I'm just going to quit instead of finishing this. But let me tell you one more thing about this. One more thing about that. That explains my closing problem right there. The word Pergamos means two things: elevated or married. They had the choice. They were from the catacombs to the cathedrals, elevated. In other words, they moved to the other side of the tracks now. Their religion was the one, still being persecuted by some when they didn't do what they were told to do. But they were elevated.